soloing to a song, there's a few things you need to be aware of with your hands. Your right hand has to get good at picking out individual strings and not just strumming everything. And your left hand is all about finger strength and finger flexibility. So each finger will have to get good at pressing down a string and then letting it up very quickly. And then finally, when you're soloing, both hands have to work together. So whichever string the right hand is playing, the left hand, that's where your fingers will be playing that string as well. In this lesson, I'll show you a scale that's a great warm-up scale that will help both of your hands accomplish these tasks. It's called the chromatic scale. The chromatic scale is just a fancy name for every single note in the musical alphabet, starting with the given note. So if we start at A and just progress up the string, the sixth string, hitting every single fret, we'll be playing the chromatic scale. So it sounds like this. But instead of using just one string, we'll use all six, and it'll sound like this. So here's how to play it. Take your left hand, scoop your fingers up. Again, with everything you play, make sure that you're using your fingertips, not the pads of your fingers. You'll go to the 5th fret of the top E string. Each finger will claim a fret. So when you play, you will actually play the 5th fret, 6th fret with the middle finger, 7th with the ring, and 8th with the pinky. It's very important that you do this because this will help your fingers build strength and flexibility. Now for the next part of the scale, you have to go down one string and then back one fret. 4, 5, 6, 7. The next string, you go down a string to the 4th string and then back one fret. So on this one, you'll go 3, 4, 5, 6. Moving down to the 3rd string, you can probably guess what you do. You scoot back to the 2nd fret and do the same thing. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the 2nd and 3rd strings are the same thing. So whatever you played on the 3rd string, you'll also play in the 2nd. So don't go back a fret for the 2nd string. You'll start also on the 2nd fret. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then finally, in moving down to the 1st string, you'll go back a fret and start on the 1st fret. So a quick review of what we just did. You start on the 5th fret of the top string, and when you're done with each finger, you'll go down a string, back a fret for every string except for the 2nd and 3rd string, so the same. Then you'll move that pinky up to the 5th fret, and this will start our descent back to where we started from. So we're going to go backwards this time. The way to do that is to start with the pinky on the 5th fret of the little E string, and you'll just go backwards. Pinky, ring, middle, first. 5, 4, 3, 2. And this time you'll scoot forward a fret. 6, 5, 4, 3. You'll go up a string. Remember, the 2nd and 3rd strings are the same thing, so you'll also start on the 6th. 5, 4, 3. For the next string up, this is your 4th string. You'll slide and start on the 7th fret. 7, 6, 5, 4, up a string, up a fret. 8, 7, 6, 5, and then one more to the top string. 9, 8, 7, 6, and then finally you're right next door from where you started on that 5th fret. So go back to the 5th fret, and that will finish your scale. So here's what the whole thing sounds like all the way down and all the way back up. So that's your chromatic scale, and this will help your left hand. It will help your fingers get stronger and get more flexible. Your right hand has a job now. You may have played every string with downstrokes, but here's what you want to do is have your pick alternate between downstrokes and upstrokes all the way down and all the way back up. The reason why is because when you do that, in the future when you solo, you'll be able to go twice as fast. So it might be a little slow starting out and uncomfortable, but just stick with it because it will be the best thing for you in the long run. Now, your down and up alternating doesn't need to be a big flick of the wrist, certainly not the arm. You can even just use your thumb back and forth a little bit, just kind of wiggle it up and down. And that should give you just enough to play the string and then come right back up on the string. So when you practice this chromatic scale down and back up, practice with your right hand. Down, up for each strum, all the way down, all the way up. Another thing to do is once you've got that, is to keep your attention on your left hand and let your right hand feel out where it's going. Starting on the top string, working down, and then working back up. This will help your muscle memory with your right hand and help your pick know where to go. If you need to play the 3rd string in a solo, you can just jump to it and you'll have a feel for where that is without looking at it. You want your attention to mainly be on your left hand. So when you do this, both hands are working together. It'll help your left hand get stronger, get more flexible, kind of loosen it up a little bit. It will help your right hand gain muscle memory and be able to pick out each string. So this will help you in the long run as you're getting better and learning how to solo.